Hello everyone, we have Dr. Disha here. So she has done her MBBS and she's a pass out now, and she has done her MBBS in Maharashtra. So she'll be telling us about the experiences and something about Neet. So hi Dr. Disha, how are you?
Hi, ma'am. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. So how is your life going in these COVID times? First question.
It's pretty hard. We are hanging in there. I had a day off today, so
Mhm.
today was pretty good. I'm just taking it day by day. So let's see.
Okay. 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 So first of all, like I have received so many questions. So first query usually students ask is कितना पढ़ना पड़ता है MBBS में?
तो पढ़ना तो बहुत पड़ता है, मतलब
हम्म.
दैट इज ट्रू। पढ़ना बहुत पड़ता है क्योंकि
हम्म.
बहुत ज़्यादा सिलेबस होता है एंड देन यू हैव वेरी लिटिल अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम। बहुत सारे एग्जाम्स होते हैं, सो यू
हम्म.
हैव टू कोप अप विथ एवरीथिंग, द थियोरी, प्रैक्टिकल्स एंड ये सब। तो पढ़ना तो बहुत पड़ता है, वो तो है।
Like can you tell me in hours, because particularly students ये पूछते हैं कि how many hours in a day should we study to become a doctor? तो like on an average, if you could give us an answer.
So I think rather than focusing on hours, I would say that if you are studying every day for at least like 6 to 8 hours, between
Hmm.
6 to 8 hours, it is more than enough. But you should be consistent. It should not be like you are studying 12 hours one day and then for the next 2 days you are not studying. If you are studying on an average for 6 to 8 hours for every single day, that is I think more than enough. Personally, I followed that, so it worked for me.
Okay, so like how will you say that how was your journey of coming to this field and what inspired you to become a doctor?
I think something that inspired me to become a doctor was the health, like, the system, like the healthcare system. So
Mhm.
I was not a person who was who dreamed about becoming doctor from childhood. It
Mhm.
somewhat this profession chose me, I think. So
Okay.
when I entered this field, I was not aware of about everything, that how my life is going to be. But
Mhm.
as I entered it, and I grew up during my time of MBBS, and I'm still
Mhm.
learning. I'm still
Mhm.
growing every single day. But
Mhm.
I think there were many great doctors around me. My brother, who is my master's son, he was a
Mhm.
doctor, and see, he was doing his MBBS when I applying for my Neet UG. And
Mhm.
when I used to see the way he talked about his college, and how they get to do everything. It was something that inspired me, something that sparked about it.
We always have that one inspirational like moment from our lives. Like similarly, I happen to have a similar story. So I had this cousin brother who was like doing MBBS in AIDS. तो हम लोग को जब भी ऐसा लगता है कि ओके लाइक हम किसी ऐसे लाइक इंसान से बात करते हैं जो डॉक्टर है एंड देन दे
हाँ,
टेल अबाउट दिस प्रोफेशन, सो ऐसा लगता है कि ओके हम भी कर सकते हैं. सो
हाँ.
सिमिलर स्टोरी टू मी एंड दिस इज रियली नाइस. तो आपको कभी ऐसा लगा है कि लाइक इट फेल्ट सो डिफिकल्ट टू यू एंड यू थॉट कि आप कर नहीं पाओगे, बट एट द एंड लाइक योर परसिस्टेंट सर्व्ड यू?
Uh, first 3 years, it was not as hard, but final year में there are lot of subjects. You have to cover lot of syllabus, and there used to be very little time duration. You don't have gaps between two papers.
The exams,
So
right.
final year was very tough time for me. I thought that I'm not going to write my exams. I'm not able to do it. I was almost about to give up, but
Okay.
somehow my friends encouraged me. I had wonderful friends. My parents encouraged me. They come there to my place where I was studying, and they
Mhm.
said that, like, just do it, just give your paper, study, whatever will happen we'll see. And luckily I got the highest marks in the paper which I was worrying about.
Oh my god,
So
that's so sweet.
that was something, I think, I that was very hard for me the
Hmm.
last year duration, but somehow with the help of everyone I got out of it, and I passed with flying colors. So yes, I had doubts, but I was able to clear them out.
That is so good. That is so good. So this is, you have told us about your MBBS journey. What about the time when you were preparing for the UG exam, the MBBS entrance exam? Tell us something about it.
So I was preparing for my Neet UG in my hometown, and I was staying with my parents only. So it was like in our college they used to take all the classes of PCB groups, and our college timing was from like 8 to 5 o'clock in the evening, from 8 in the
Okay.
morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. So we had like
Okay.
extensive schedule for like a complete year of about exams and about classes and about unit tests and then mega tests and then everything. So
Hmm.
it was I'm not gonna say that I studied for like 10 to 12 hours every single day during my 11th and 12th, because that was not possible, as my college timing was from like 8 to 5. but
Hmm.
but the consistency was the key over there, because of the scheduling and everything. We had a
Hmm.
clear idea that this week I have to study this much, and then next week I have to study this much, and then at the end of the month I'll be finishing this much of portion. So that was that. It was not tough. Actually, I enjoyed those 2 years very much. I had great teachers, and we had a group of five. We were five people who used to
Hmm.
study in groups.
Groups. Okay.
We focused on group discussions a lot for MCQs and
Hmm.
everything. So it was
Hmm.
all in all very good experience. And there was no burden. Now when I look back at that time, I wonder that
Hmm.
how I did
ये
not
टाइम भी
took
निकल
burden.
जाएगा.
हाँ,
Right.
मतलब उस टाइम पे ऐसा नहीं लगा था कि मतलब
Hmm.
इतना कुछ हो रहा है या फिर इतना कुछ बदलने वाला है. इफ आई गेट दिस सीट, इफ आई क्लियर दिस
Hmm.
एग्जाम.
Right.
बट अभी जब देखते हैं हम पीछे इन फ्लैशबैक, दैट टाइम आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट दैट एग्जाम वाज. But I think
Right.
because I
Right.
was relaxed and I was
आपने स्ट्रेस नहीं लिया बेसिकली, सो आप अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्म कर पाए.
yes.
सो इसमें दो पॉइंट्स मैं हाईलाइट करूंगी, लाइक बाकी सारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए जो ये वीडियो देख रहे हैं, कि फर्स्ट थिंग इज, जब भी आप पढ़ते हैं तो आपको एक प्लानिंग होनी चाहिए. सो जस्ट लाइक डॉक्टर दिशा सेड कि मैं इस हफ्ते ये पढ़ूंगी, मैं नेक्स्ट हफ्ते ये पढ़ूंगी. सो उस तरह आपका पूरा मंथ प्लान्ड है. सो एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ आपको रिव्यू करना है कि हाउ मच सक्सेसेस यू हैड और कितने फेल हुआ. सो इट इज़ नॉट कि आप हर बार 100% अपना कोर्स खत्म करोगे एक महीना में, बट एटलीस्ट आप एक अचीवेबल टारगेट पे होगे. सो आप अगर इवन इफ यू आर कवरिंग 60 to 70% ऑल्सो, दैट इज ऑल्सो गुड. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज यू आर एबल टू ट्रैक योर प्रोग्रेस, कि आपको पता है कि आप जिस डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हो, जो जो सब्जेक्ट्स कर रहे हो, आपके पास एक जगह पे वो नोटेड डाउन है. तो आपके पास एक पूरा ट्रैक है कि आप क्या क्या प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो. And second thing that you said is very very important is your discussion with friends. Like you had friends and you were able to discuss with them comfortably. ऑब्वियसली आजकल के टाइम में अगर हम बात करें कि कोविड सिचुएशन में हम किसी के घर नहीं जा सकते, कंबाइंड स्टडी नहीं कर सकते, लाइब्रेरी नहीं जा सकते, बट स्टिल आई विल एडवाइज कि अगर आप वीडियो कॉल्स पे, कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल्स पे, इवन इफ 2 or 3 पीपल प्लान फॉर सम डिस्कशन, एटलीस्ट एक दिन कर लिया, हफ्ते में 3-4 दिन भी आप करते हो, तो आप एक दूसरे की प्रोग्रेस ट्रैक करते रहते हो. तो जब हम दूसरे इंसान से पूछते हैं कि अच्छा आपने इतना कोर्स खत्म कर लिया और मैंने इतना खत्म कर लिया, तो एक अलग मोटिवेशन मिलता है. अगर सामने वाला बंदा स्लो होगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपको देख के वो पम्प्ड अप हो जाएगा. तो ये एक तरह से पॉजिटिव री-एनफोर्समेंट है. मतलब हमें एक दूसरे से compete नहीं करना है, बट हमें एक दूसरे को लाइक साथ में बेटर करना है. सो दैट इज लाइक वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो लाइक आप अगर बात करेंगे कि आपने इतना ज़्यादा मेहनत करके यू गॉट एडमिशन इन MBBS, सो टेल अस अबाउट समथिंग फन स्टफ इन MBBS. लोग बोलते हैं ना बहुत बोरिंग होता है, बहुत पढ़ना पड़ता है, हर कोई बहुत पढ़ना पड़ता है, कुछ नहीं है बस पढ़ाई पढ़ाई. तो ऐसा कुछ है कि थोड़ी मस्ती भी करी है?
नहीं बिल्कुल, मतलब पढ़ना तो पड़ता है, वो तो ऑब्वियस है, बट बोरिंग है ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. आई थिंक माई अंडर ग्रेजुएशन डेज वर द बेस्ट डेज. हम बहुत मज़े करते थे. आर कॉलेज वॉज रियली फन. बहुत सारे फंक्शंस होते हैं, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ होते थे, कॉन्फ्रेंसेस होते थे जो हम ग्रुप्स में अटेंड किया करते थे आउट ऑफ स्टेशंस ऑल्सो. सो उसमें क्या होता था कि ट्रिप भी हो जाता था, कॉन्फ्रेंस भी हो जाती थी, and you know,
Right.
yes, everything used to go as planned, and it was very much fun. So I had this misconception before entering medical school that it's gonna be all study and no fun, and it's gonna be so
Right.
boring. But it's not like that. If someone says that medical schools are boring, do not believe them. They are really fun.
So
Really
true.
fun.
So I like we also used to have like very famous fest in Delhi. Like we had Ripple, Avalanche, and we have Pulse
Pulse.
for
Yes.
Ames. So ये जो फेस्ट होता है इसमें अलग अलग डांस टीम्स होती हैं, कोरियो टीम होती है. तो आई वॉज पार्ट ऑफ कोरियो टीम इन माई कॉलेज. वी हैव like लाइक ड्रामेटिक्स टीम. सो अलग अलग आप अलग अलग स्टेट में जाके भी परफॉर्म करते हो. सो जैसे ही आप कॉलेज में आते हो तो ड्यूरिंग सितंबर और अक्टूबर फर्स्ट फेस्ट होता है. सो इट इज ऑलवेज द बिगेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस, एंड स्पेशली द लाइक famous fest of Ames is like the attraction of the year.
Yes.
So I think there are so many curricular activity apart from the studies and so many memories. So I think yes, we definitely have fun. तो आप हमें थोड़ा सा और बताओ कि अगर जैसे अभी जो बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं तो उनके पास बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं है प्रिपरेशन के लिए. सो एंड टाइम में जस्ट एग्जाम से लाइक फ्यू वीक्स पहले या फिर 1 to 2 months पहले ऐसी क्या एक स्ट्रैटेजी आप एडवाइस करोगे दैट किड्स शुड फॉलो?
आई थिंक 1 या 2 महीने पहले यू शुड गो थ्रू योर इम्पोर्टेंट नोट्स, क्योंकि जब आप क्लासेस कर रहे होते हो, you get to know that what is important, what is not important. Okay, so something which you are good at, you should improvise in that thing. I personally think that in last month or two, you should not focus on something new, something which you don't know, and something it's completely out of the blue for you, and you're just doing it to get some extra points. Don't do that. Focus on your strong subjects. Focus on your strong concepts. Make them more stronger, and so that it will bring you for sure marks. And in last few weeks, I think you should solve as many last year papers as possible, as many question banks as possible, because no matter how many times you have read something, it is like 100% efficient only when you solve a lot of MCQ related to that topic. So in
Right.
last period, you should focus on solving more questions, solving more last year question papers, and then focusing on your strong points.
ओके. एंड व्हाट अबाउट द रूटीन? लाइक ऐसा लोग बोलते हैं सुबह पढ़ना चाहिए, रात में पढ़ना चाहिए. तो व्हाट हेल्प्ड यू? डू यू थिंक कि कोई फिक्स रूटीन होना चाहिए कि या जब मन करे तब पढ़ सकते हैं?
आई थिंक फिक्स रूटीन होना चाहिए, नॉट लाइक कि सुबह ही पढ़ना है या फिर रात में ही पढ़ना है, बट एक ओवरऑल एक जो रफ आइडिया होता है डे का, इफ़ यू हैव दैट, देन जो कंसिस्टेंसी है वो मेंटेन करने में थोड़ा ईजी जाता है. फॉर मी पर्सनली, आई एम अ मॉर्निंग पर्सन, so it worked for me to wake up early in the morning and then study. So I have a whole day ahead of me. But for many students, for many of my friends who are people who study or can concentrate better at night, it really depends on person to person, I think. But
Okay.
whatever your schedule should be, I think you just should have a rough idea in your head about the day, about the line of your day. Yes.
Okay. So we are almost towards the end. So one last question I will ask you is in the times of COVID, students are supposed to give exams. So what main precautions, and should they panic and should they not? Like how do they prepare for the exam in these days especially? So what advice would you like to give?
I think you should not panic first of all, because if you get panic, then a lot of things are going to get crazy, and you are going to lose all your orientation about it. Calm yourself. If you're about 18 years, get yourself vaccinated So you are safe during giving examination. If you have to opt for offline exam, then obviously I hope all the protocols will be followed during examination. But even if whatever the situation may be, as a student you should be aware for your own safety. You are responsible for your own safety. Take care of your health as much as possible. Don't go out, so that even if you catch COVID, you are going to lose a lot of your important days in in recovery phase and in the disease phase. So please avoid that. Take care of yourself and your family as well, because even if one person in family gets affected, it's going
Is
to
affected.
affect you completely. So
So true.
just take care about that. So technically also you don't lose any time, and you are mentally
Right,
sound
right.
also.
राइट, थैंक यू सो मच. सो लास्ट में कुछ पॉइंट्स ऐड करना चाहूँगी कि जब भी आप अगर किसी सेंटर में जाएंगे एग्ज़ाम देने के लिए, सो बिकॉज आई ऑल्सो गेव फ्यू एग्जाम्स लास्ट ईयर इन माई लाइक पीजी फाइनल ईयर. सो कुछ पॉइंट्स आप याद रख सकते हैं कि स्पेशली इफ़ दे अलाउ फॉर अ सेपरेट वाटर बॉटल, यू कैन टेक इट, अदरवाइज दे विल प्रोवाइड एट द सेंटर. अगर आप जाते हैं तो प्लीज़ मेक श्योर कि आप गुड क्वालिटी मास्क पहन के जाओ. N95 इफ़ अवेलेबल, सो डेफिनेटली पहन के जाओ. थर्ड थिंग इज़, अगर आप प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो तो, क्योंकि कई लोगों ने पूरे महीनों महीनों से दे आर एट होम, तो उनको आदत नहीं है मास्क में हाउ टू परफॉर्म. सो डेफिनेटली जब आप मास्क लगाते हो तो आपको थोड़ी देर के लिए अनकंफर्टेबल लगता है. सो आई विल एडवाइस कि 2-3 डेज पहले आप वो चीज़ प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू कर दो, बिकॉज आपको 3 घंटे बैठना है मास्क लगा के. तो आप वो एक प्रैक्टिस पहले से करना स्टार्ट कर सकते हो कि आप मास्क लगा के घर में ही एक एग्ज़ाम टाइप माहौल बना के आप 3 घंटे का एग्ज़ाम लिखने की प्रैक्टिस करो, ताकि आपको आदत भी हो जाए और ताकि आपको थोड़ा सा आपकी बॉडी को ये चीज़ समझ में आ जाए कि ओके, लाइक वाइल राइटिंग एग्जाम, कि अगर हमने मास्क लगा रखा है तो भी लाइक आर ब्रेन फंक्शंस वेल. अदरवाइज थोड़ा सा पैनिक हो जाता है उस केस में. एंड थैंक यू डॉक्टर दिशा for coming in today, and it was such a wonderful talk. And if you guys have any queries regarding Neet or regarding something else, please mention in the comments below. We'll try to answer all the queries, and I'll be attaching her channel's link in the description box. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and as well as her channel. So thank you so much, Dr. Disha. It was pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure is all mine.